Param Shanti Bapuji. In continuation to our previous conversation about the unseen and imperceptible world that cannot be seen with these five senses, we were talking about accomplished Siddha yogis also. The normal human beings on earth cannot travel to these higher invisible subtle worlds. Please elaborate detail on this topic.
Yes, we were talking about sage Vishvamitra, who was a king but had become a sage by undertaking severe austerities and finally became a great seer. He had an intense desire to travel to higher subtle world called Swarglok with the physical human body. However, this could not be materialized, and the result was that he trapped in spaces between earth and heaven. This unnatural experiment was not successful, and the condition came to be known as Treshanku. Since the body was suspended in mid-space, neither could he come back to earth, nor could he go up above.
Bapuji, can ghosts, spirits, jinns, or demon souls who inhabit this physical world, can they go to the supernatural world or the higher unseen worlds?
See, any soul, whatever it might be, whether ghosts, spirits, or even angels according to Christian religion, belongs to any religion. A common law applies to all souls, which can be called natural law of soul. It is the universal of law of the soul applicable to all types of soul. Any soul having power can travel to any dimensions, which is called as Alokik or supernatural world, includes Janlok, Taflok, Maharlok. Yet, a soul with more soul energy can travel to higher planes up to the abode of Brahma or the Parlokic world that is beyond Brahmalok. By doing intense meditation and with more soul power, the soul can even go further into the Paralokic world, in other words beyond Brahmapura. They can even traverse the third, fourth, or fifth dimensions of the unseen worlds. In fact, there are many layers in one dimension itself. Now, in order to cross these layers and proceed higher, the soul needs lot of soul power, or what we call Atmashakti. But how do we get such power? In the previous times, the seeker souls used to remember Brahma and keep chanting Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, and go to Brahmpuri, which is Lord Brahma's abode. Even by chanting Brahma name, lower quality souls called the Asuras used to reach Brahma's abode known as Brahmapuri.
Yes, in order to obtain boons from Lord Brahma, some souls used to meditate on Brahma, while some meditate on Lord Vishnu, some on Lord Shiva, etc. So different souls, depending on their desires, they used to meditate on different deities.
Yes, there are also many souls who used to remember and meditate the variety of gods, goddesses. Those who worship Lord Vishnu would go to Vishnupuri, or in other words, the abode of Lord Vishnu. Similarly, who worship Shiva would go to Shivpuri. Some worship Lord Shiva in the formless state, would reach even Paramdam or supreme abode of this Brahmand. Concisely, whomever you remember or meditate upon constantly, you will definitely go to him, only that means the layer or dimension in which the deity, god, or goddess resides. This is the common law or natural law of soul. Similarly, in the Bhagavad Gita, the law of souls is also mentioned with clear words, that is, whoever deity, god, or ghost is remembers by human being or soul will goes to that realm only where the deity, god, or ghost resides. Bhagavad Gita was a discourse authored by Almighty Authority himself, so he clearly mentioned in Gita that if one remembers him, the Almighty Authority, then the soul would reach the highest supreme abode of infinite creation where Almighty Authority resides. I have reiterated many times that Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the supreme of all spiritual scriptures. The knowledge of Gita should be given the utmost prominence amongst all available spiritual scriptures.
Bapuji, my question is, by attaining Samadhi state, can any human soul acquire miraculous powers such as teleportation or telepathy by controlling natural forces that are termed as supernatural activities on earth?
See, many of the sages and seers do penance in order to fulfill their individual desires or goals. Some wish to acquire fame and occult powers known as sthiti. Some do meditation or pranayama in order to separate their subtle body from their physical body. They do this by chanting Om continuously, which leads to awakening of the Kundalini and opens up all the chakras including the Agaya chakra, which results in opening up of 10th door called as Sirhastagar, through which the subtle body can come out of this physical body and can travel in subtle world. However, their souls do not have enough power to travel 200 kilometers beyond Earth, as they have desires for acquiring occult powers or supernatural powers called Radhisthi. Any type desires bind the souls to Earth, so the souls with desires cannot go beyond 200 kilometers even if the soul is in subtle body with 3 elements only. The effect of gravity of Earth extends up to 200 kilometers above Earth. This force of gravity binds equally the souls in physical form with human body as well as souls in subtle body to Earth plane. In order to cross the limit of 200 kilometers above Earth the souls in subtle world, also, they have to do penance or tapasya and become completely detached and devoid of any desires known as eshamatra avidya. Therefore, souls have to put effort to travel beyond the gravity of Earth plane. This rule is applicable to all souls, only then soul can travel up to 500 or 1000 kilometers in space. There are many guiding powerful evolved in awaken the souls, reside in higher level subtle world, to guide the souls who seeking liberation. They give directions, how to increase the power of soul in order to travel above higher planes. So the effort is required, at all stages, to travel in higher dimensions. The samadhi state is different for different sages. Every sages and seers have different objectives and they generally absorb in samadhi state with different intentions. Similarly, experiences varies from one sage to another. If one reads the autobiography of each seers or saints, then everybody has different experiences in their samadhi state.
Yes, Bapuji. What I have found about Pilot Baba that he has said that he goes into samadhi state with a resolution that he would return to this physical world after 6 days or 10 days etc. In this way, Pilot Baba is connected to his physical body by his thoughts even though he moves with his astral body out of this physical body in samadhi state.
See what happens in case of Pilot Baba. His guru in the astral world always guides Pilot Baba. His guru is always present with him, made him to come out of physical body, and then takes Pilot Baba to different realms in higher dimensions to experience the realities of higher subtle world. Yes, just like my grandmother who would travel to the other worlds, and hence we used to keep her physical body safely in a locked room for 3 days or more. True, there was a powerful goddess called Yogini Ma, who would instruct my mother to go with her so as to show her the divine subtle worlds in higher dimensions. Yogini Ma took her to the higher planes in a divine chariot. That's why my mother would tell everyone in the family beforehand that for 2 or 3 days or more she would be out of her physical body for travel to divine worlds with her mother Yogini Ma. Therefore, we would take extreme care for the preservation of her physical body in a room until she comes back from the higher divine world.
This used to occur when you were very young child?
Yes, this happened when I was very young. So, likewise I was telling you, your grandma used to come back into her body after 3 days or more after traveling the divine subtle worlds. It is similar to entering into a different body like Adhi Sankaracharya who took possession of another body in order to experience practical life of a householder. This happened when Sankaracharya lost a scriptural debate to a woman due to lack of practical knowledge on householder's life. Sankaracharya was a monk or sannyasi throughout his life. He had renounced the life of a householder at an early age, so, he had no experience of life of a householder. Therefore, in order to gain experience, Sankaracharya entered a king's body through his subtle body and stay in that body for a month, so as to understand the life of a family person and the relevant duties involved in such a family-centered life. Therefore, what I mean to say that taking possession of a physical body, moving in the astral realm in subtle body, obtaining spiritual powers etc. are all matters limited to this earth plane only. Such type of spiritual seekers will not be able to go above the 200-kilometer limitation of the Earth's gravity, since they all have some or the other desires, which make them earthbound.
This means if any human soul who wants to cross the 200 kilometers above Earth with subtle body, then person needs to put a lot of effort. And his mind must be cleared of all earthly desires and attachments. In the sense, person has to give up the 5 main vices such as lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego. That means, all sorts of negativity which hinders his movement to the higher dimensions.
See, every soul has a desire or goal to accomplish something, like acquiring supernatural powers or occult powers. They are called Siddha Yogis, who display miracles like materializing various objects out of nothing and many such similar acts. These Siddha Yogis generally acquire such power only with the help of accomplished spiritual teachers who reside in subtle worlds. These accomplished spiritual teachers guide the yogis on earth to acquire all type supernatural powers. These spiritual seekers usually have one or more masters who guide them from the astral world by giving them spiritual powers.
So you mean to say that unless one has a guru, one cannot get any spiritual powers?
No, it is not possible to get powers without a guru's guidance. 100% not possible without a guru.
But, if a person attempts to attain samadhi state on his own, isn't it possible?
For attaining the state of samadhi or equanimity in mind or connecting with highest power, one should have proper knowledge. For example, nowadays people try to do meditation for acquiring spiritual powers by watching various programs on television, however it does not serve any purpose.
Yeah, many people do read spiritual books and try on their own to obtain occult powers, but they seem to be not successful.
Yes, just as some spiritual seekers try to awaken their kundalini power by reading books and various other means on their own, but it results into development of serious mental disorders due to which many seekers become mad. So, no one should do like this. It is always advisable to carry out any type of spiritual practices under direct supervision of an accomplished and experienced spiritual teacher only. This is just like studying in physical world for becoming doctors, engineers etc.
Similar to what Pilot Baba says that he could not have achieved or progressed spiritually without the guidance of his master or guru. In fact, everything that Pilot Baba has achieved only because of the grace of his guru.
This is a general practice that evolved and accomplished souls in subtle world make human beings in physical world as medium, to carry out many such activities on earth. Here power lies with the accomplished spiritual teachers in subtle world who use their power and get the things done in physical world using somebody as a medium, because no human being on earth has any power to do any such supernatural act.
An average human being is not able to escape the web of the 5 major vices, then what to speak of acquiring soul power?
Common human being on earth is completely trapped in the web vices like lust, anger, greed, attachment, and pride, various types of prejudices in this material world. And 24 hours engaged in thinking about others. Even though everyone knows that all these acts only cause the downfall and degradation of soul, still human souls are not bothered, continuously indulged in such acts. So, nowadays, any good work is done by any saints or sages, these are done by the help of subtle world souls. Because, these sages and saints are in connection with accomplished souls in subtle world. So, wherever there is big queue of seekers or devotees, their souls from subtle world are working for the healing of the suffering people. So, any type of healing or miracle that you see nowadays, these are all act of the souls of subtle world. I remember as a young child in a village in Gujarat, I had heard such apparent miracle by a Muslim healer who used to heal the sick by just charging the water by puffing air in his mouth. People used to take this charged water in bottles and containers, and by taking this charged water, the sick people used to get cured from illness in 2 to 3 months' time.
Bapuji, it is found that waters of the river Ganga possess healing qualities, and it never contaminates even if water of Ganga is kept for a long period in a bottle.
See, the river Ganga originates from the pure and pristine peaks of the Himalayas, and the waters flow from various caves and significant points of the earth. It carries the energies and vibes of the natural pure environment of the Himalayas. Thus, healing power is infused in the water of Ganga.
The river Ganga also was blessed.
Yes, who is Ganga? She is a celestial goddess who conceded to come down to earth from the heaven. After much penance and austerities undertaken by Bhagirath. According to legend, when sage Kapila burnt all 100 sons of King Sagar, then Bhagirath did penance to bring goddess Ganga to earth for the salvation of 100 sons of Sagar. When Ganga came down and touched the ashes of 100 sons, they all got rejuvenated from ashes to human forms again. That was the power of water of Ganga.
You have mentioned about the regeneration of King Sagar's sons in one of your earlier video on DNA meditation. Bapuji, now I wish to ask you that if a person wants to teleport himself, get telepathic powers, or even attain samadhi state through meditation, is it possible for a common human soul in the present times? Can any average human soul on earth ever be able to do such things in near future? Please tell something on this.
Let me tell about an incident about teleportation. Once many years ago, I had gone to visit a Siddha yogi or a seer with psychic powers who usually keep many ghosts under their control to accomplish various tasks, which are treated as miracle in this world. I had arrived at his place late night, even though it was quite late in the night, but still he asked my friend and me any type food we want to take. That yogi was famous for teleportation, for which we went there to witness it. So the yogi asked us to take dry fruits. Astonishingly, the yogi materialized various types of dry fruits through his hand from air. When we asked how he was doing such a miraculous act, then he told us that he had acquired this type of siddhis. This was an incident of a village in Saurashtra, Gujarat.
Nowadays, people have started believing in process of teleportation, as many are being generated about scientific process involved in it. Also, to some extent, science has researched on this subject. There are many books on reincarnation. One such book is Punarjanm and Parlok. Now many incidents also come to notice through television and other internet media. Thanks to scientific advancements and due to internet, we are able to watch all these supernatural feats via YouTube videos, etc. However, I wish to ask you that now, can the average spiritual seeker, while following any particular spiritual path, can directly teleport himself to the other world, such as a different galaxy or solar system? Is it possible?
Yes, the soul can do it. It is possible, and I will tell you, how is it possible. In one of my video, Journey of Soul, I have spoken about this. See, for example, there is a very good quality human soul who has understood the knowledge of Gita and puts effort to become soul conscious and remembers Almighty Authority in the incorporeal world. And connects to the powerhouse that is Almighty Authority in the Supreme Abode. Now, there is a deficit in the soul quality at present, so what does the soul need? Soul needs power because it is the soul, which has become corrupt due to negativity in the mind, intelligence, and attributes and dispositions of the soul. When the soul acquires tremendous power, then the person becomes a karma yogi. That means one who is in constant remembrance of the Almighty during carrying out all worldly duties. Gradually, the soul will become so energized with divine power from Almighty Authority that when it leaves the body, it can directly go to Paramdam, or the supreme abode of God. It is the law of teleportation that whomsoever you remember, you will directly reach that place or person.
In the video 7 Secrets of Shiva, you have mentioned about the differences in the roles of the various supreme souls such as Shiva, Mahashiva, and Param Mahashiva. You have also said that whoever remembers the Shiva, Maha Shiva, or Param Maha Shiva, then they will reach to him only. That means it is possible for the person to go directly to that abode or realm where Shiva, Maha Shiva, or Param Maha Shiva resides. So now, my question is, can a person teleport in the physical form? I am asking you this because I have heard and read a lot about the life of various saints, seers, and of various learned yogis who had acquired such psychic powers as depicted in Autobiography of a Yogi, where it is mentioned that the yogi could fly or float around. These yogis or siddhas could even be at two places at one time, that is in the earth and in the higher dimensions at one particular time. Many spiritual followers have also confirmed the same fact, that their gurus could be at more than one place at a time. Now my question is, in this present morally corrupt age of Kali, can one get true knowledge, and then can one go back to one's source or creator from wherever he/she originated from, such as a galaxy or a universe, etc.?
Why not? If the soul is aware that it has originated from a galaxy, it can definitely go to its creator, in this case the creator being Maha Shiv. At the center of galaxy, there is a white light or Param Prakash, which is nothing but the creator of galaxy or Maha Shiva. So if one connects with incorporeal form of Maha Shiv, then one will receive power from Maha Shiv. In this manner, through continuous yoga, if one clears of all its karmic bindings on earth, then the soul goes back to its creator. So the soul can meditate on Maha Shiv, who is situated at the center point of the galaxy, which is called Maha Paramdam. Scientists are telling it as black hole in the galaxy, but now it is known as a white hole. It is the luminous light, which is made of supreme light known as Param Prakash. The same feature is there in the center point of the universe. Now if the soul meditates on the incorporeal form of Param Maha Shiv, creator of the universe, then he connects with Param Maha Shiv, thereby acquires lot of soul power in soul, which clears off all his karmic bindings on earth. The soul will reach supreme abode of Param Maha Shiv at the center of the universe. The same process can be applied to meditate on Shiv, creator of the solar system. Briefly, whomsoever you remember constantly, your soul will go there. Your gross body also will change accordingly. What is teleportation? Let me describe about the process of teleportation in short. In teleportation, an object or thing of this physical world, for example, this lamp, if you wish to teleport it to America, then, the process would involve first dematerialization of the object from this physical world, move it to the subtle world, and then manifesting it at the desired place in America. How does a person teleport himself from one location to the other? He would not be able to fly physically. So, he will have to first make himself invisible. That means he has to transform his physical body into subtle form. Traveling the subtle world, he will again transform his subtle form into 5-elemental physical form and thus arrive at the other place. Such type incidences were common in ancient times, when the gods and goddesses used to manifest suddenly on the earth from any subtle regions within a second. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar would also appear on the earth, often in this process of teleportation.
Agreed. Brahmaji would come down to the earth to bless his devotee doing penance, and after granting blessings and boons to his devotee, Brahma would again fly back to his abode.
Yes, teleportation is a very old practice, which is mentioned in our scriptures.
Now scientists are working on the possibility of teleportation. Some are telling that the teleportation becomes a reality and few people are able to teleport themselves also, and some are not convinced yet. However, until now there is no proof in reality.
For science, it is difficult to do teleportation. The reason for this is that science has only managed to create electromagnetic waves through the invention of electronic items like television, internet, etc., but this electromagnetic wave cannot bring about changes in the human body from physical to subtle form. In case of teleportation, you need to change your 5-elemental physical body into the 3-elemental form if you wish to be teleported to America or any other place. So it is not possible through science. The only way it can be done is through the power of soul only. For this only divine energy or Chaitanya Shakti is required, not the physical energy. Present-day science is based on physical resources only, but not any divine resources. Present-day science has developed based only on physical energy resources consisting of the 5 elements: air, earth, water, ether, and fire. It is not based on spiritual science. In the near future, spiritual science will be developed in the world, but before that, transformation process will occur on this earth due to the transformations of gross elements into supreme elements. New instruments and equipment based on supreme divine elements will be invented in near future. Teleportation would be definitely possible.
I would like to inform my viewers here that there are 2 videos of Bapuji, Future New World Part 1 and Part 2. In those videos, Bapuji has described in detail about the transformation process from 5 elements into a world of supreme divine elements. This will transform the world completely, and many other new concepts which our viewers would not have even heard about. Do listen and view these videos. Apart from this, there is a playlist called Unspoken Truth by Bapuji in our channel, having more than 80 videos in which we have made an attempt to get all knowledge from Bapuji about the truth regarding reality on this earth. Bapuji returning to the topic again, the journey of soul undertakes between physical, subtle, and transcendental world to be understood in true sense. The soul has come down on earth in human form, since 198 crore years. During this period, the soul is subjected to repeated cycles of birth and death by traveling through different higher planes like Swarglok, Janlok, Malak etc., and again coming back to lower planes etc. That means souls travel to higher planes after doing penance on earth and again comes back to earth after enjoying the fruits of penance in higher planes. This is a regular affair that soul is traveling between these planes repeatedly due to its attachment and karmic bondages. So, due to repeated travel of soul between higher and lower planes during uncountable cycles of birth and death, since crore of years, the souls tend to forget its original nature as a pure divine soul. The net result is that now the human soul is not ready to accept himself as a soul. What do you say on this?
Now, the souls are completely trapped in the web of materialistic world to such an extent that their intelligence cannot understand anything other than materialistic world. This is a stage called as complete dark or ignorant stage of soul, known as Tamo Pradhan stage. This is a stage where soul becomes most insentient. This is a stage when soul has reached the heaviest slot in the heavy physical form. Under such circumstances, the soul is not ready to accept itself as a soul. This is a stage called as theist or Gnostic or non-believer. What I have heard that 80% of population in Europe has become non-believer. This fact has been revealed by a scientist recently in an interview in television. Why human being has been becoming non-believer day by day? What is the reason behind it? The reality is that human society has been becoming more and more materialistic with each progressing days.
Bapuji, this is mainly because of the fact that soul has lost all its original supreme qualities and negative qualities gradually creeping into soul in each passing day. So the original qualities of soul like, to love, to believe, to feel compassionate etc. are replaced with extreme selfishness to such an extent that nowadays a soul is only interested in a relationship if there is any materialistic gain for itself. That means every soul is thinking only in terms of materialistic point of view. This results in loss in emotional attachment and degraded mentality in every human being. So how the souls recover from such degradation and return to its original source?
Science has developed tremendously in the present time, but all resources or inventions of science have been used for destructive purposes only. Now television, mobiles, internet, everything is used for spreading negativity or for negative purpose mainly.
Now human being has become a slave of modern scientific gadgets, in turn a slave of science only. Nowadays nobody is ready to live even for a while without mobile. The degree of slavery has been increased to such an extreme level. This slavery has been increasing day by day. I want to know how to come out of this slavery.
I have already told in a video that everyone should put effort to attain soul conscious state. In soul conscious state one should lead a life of a karma yogi as a householder. As a karma yogi one should also know in true sense who is Almighty Authority.
There is no other way out other than this soul conscious state.
It is because soul needs power, not the body. This is again because you are a soul, not a body. Body is only a vehicle for carrying out various actions on earth plane in order to accomplish your karmic bindings. Accordingly, a soul attains a body. Depending on karmic accounts, the soul gets its body like physical, subtle, causal, or supreme causal body. Due to cause of karmic bondage of the soul, the causal body is created. If a soul wants to go beyond the cycle of birth and death or go beyond the physical form or to supreme abode, then soul requires tremendous power. Now the soul is in dark stage or complete ignorant stage, whereas initially it was in completely enlightened stage as Sato Pradhan stage, and later on it became awakened stage or Rajo stage. The soul was in Sato stage in Satya Yuga. The soul became Rajo stage in Treta and Dwapar Yuga, and finally Tamo stage in present Kali Yuga. This is because at present whole environment is filled with negativity. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which holds the supreme position amongst all spiritual scriptures, it is clearly mentioned in Gita by Supreme Father himself that anyone who ever remembers Almighty Authority in soul conscious state, then he removes all the sins of the soul and takes the soul to his supreme abode. This is what usually I tell in all my videos at least once. So, one should know Almighty Authority, who is the God of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So, you first know yourself and where from you have come. And why you have come here. Ponder all these questions and realize the answers of all questions.
There is a video on self-realization and God realization where you have explained all the questions. There is also video on Atma Swarup Part 1 and 2. Everybody should watch these videos.
First, know yourself, attain soul conscious state, and then understand where from you have come. Whether the soul is from galaxy, or universe, or multiverse, or somewhere else. Now most souls on earth do not belong to this solar system or Brahmand, then where do they belong to?
Nowadays everybody comes to know about the fact through science that human beings on earth do not belong to this planet Earth.
That's why one should be in soul conscious state and connect with Almighty Authority, the Supreme Powerhouse. Connection means yog. Through yog one can receive power in its soul from Supreme Powerhouse. Along with it one should spread the vibrations of Param Shanti or Supreme Peace. Thus, the environment of your living space will be filled with vibrations of Supreme Peace.
A famous scientist Michio Kaku has told that within next 100 years this planet Earth will no longer remain in habitable form supporting the life of human race, thus this planet has to be evacuated within 100 years. So where do these people or humans will go?
So the scientists are searching for a planet like Earth in other solar systems. But they are not aware that in each solar system life exists in various forms, either in 3-elemental form or in 5-elemental form, depending on the condition of the environment in the planet of the solar system. There are trillions of solar systems, so every solar system has different types of creations.
Now they are planning to go to Mars, Moon, or attempting to create a new artificial planet or satellites like Earth where life can survive. Scientists are making many ambitious space programs so that they can live there. There are space stations in outer space maintained by many countries where many billionaires are aspiring to travel and stay there at the cost of billions of dollars because they are no longer feel safe on this planet. So everybody wants to go out of this planet, but everybody is talking about going out of this planet with this physical body. But actual fact is that combination of elements in outer space is completely different. That's why there is hardly any possibility to travel to other distant planet in space in this 5-elemental physical form.
The planet Mangal or Mars was created by deity named Mangal. Earlier there were deities like deity of fire, deity of air, all reside in other planes in this solar system. In the similar way deity Chandra was also residing on the planet Moon.
Our ancestors called as Pitru were also residing in the moon in earlier times.
These are all facts of physical world as well as subtle world of this Brahmand. But scientists never believe in the existence of soul because they are not able to carry out any experiment on soul. So the present science is based only on the resources of physical world or material world. When spiritual science will come into picture, then the events like teleportation will become reality. So, in future all these magnificent things are going to happen through spiritual scientists.
So after this discussion, we have come to conclusion that soul should clear of all its karmic bondages and negativities through self-effort by acquiring supreme knowledge. Soul should remember its creator and take power from its creator so that deficiency in soul can be filled up in gradual manner. Simultaneously the soul should make an affirmation to leave this earth plane as soon as possible.
At least to become happy, soul should spread the vibration of supreme peace. When the soul will spread the vibration of supreme peace, at least peace will prevail in the surrounding space where soul resides. It is a general principle that the way soul thinks, the same vibration transfuses in the surrounding air and create an environment made of thoughts of souls only. So the environment of earth is made by the thoughts of souls.
You have also made a video on vibration world. In the video it is explained how only through vibration of souls the whole multiverse can be transformed. The board kept here is printed with a Maha mantra which is pronounced as follows: think of supreme peace and speak supreme peace will prevail everywhere. If you repeat this mantra then also you will feel supreme peace. After some time this world will be a very divine place, but for this all souls who are associated with our channel should spread the vibration of supreme peace, that is Param Shanti. It is requested all who watch this video must like and share it as much as possible. The more the video shared it will reach to more people, by which more number of souls will come to know about this supreme knowledge which is disseminated on earth for the first time. Till date nobody has given such unique knowledge on this planet. The time has come for the major change in whole creation known as grand transformation. For this, souls are only required to be awakened. Gradually as the souls receive power, the soul itself will feel the same from inside, and we want that all souls should settle their karmic accounts on earth as soon as possible in order to accelerate the transformation process. Bapuji, do you want to say something?
Nothing more. Only one message what I stress upon is that everybody must know Almighty Authority who is the God of Gita, and Gita is the supreme spiritual texts amongst all spiritual scriptures. According to Gita, one should always remember Almighty Authority in soul conscious state and fill its soul with power, and ultimately soul will reach the supreme abode of Almighty Authority.
Thank you Bapuji. Param Shanti.